Hello, I'm MK and welcome to my mini course on feint kicking. So what is feint kicking? Is it when you see a kick, you go, oh, feint? Or is it when you kick and then, oh, you feint? That's my impression of feinting. That's how I actually feint. No, not at all. Feint kicking, or the art of feinting, kick feinting, is the ability to trick your opponent into thinking that you're going to do one technique, but you're actually going to do a different technique. Or you're going to come from towards one target, but you switch to a different target. Or you come from one side, or you switch to the other one. Basically making them believe the opposite of what you're going to do. So, there are a couple of rules in feint kicking. It cannot be too fast, and that sounds kind of silly, right? Like, what? My kick cannot be too fast? Yes, that is true. You cannot trick someone if they don't see you tricking them. So if you're kicking them, it cannot be all they're gonna see is the high kick. They're not gonna see the low kick and they're not gonna react to it, and therefore you're not gonna be able to trick them out of it. So it needs to be slow enough for them to be able to see. That first part they need to pay attention to. That first part is where they're gonna bring their hands down and open up the high target for you to hit at. Secondly, you need to make them expect it. What do I mean by that? So if you're fighting them, let's say you're going to do double roundhouse kick, one low, one high, right? When you're fighting them, you got to keep throwing low kicks. And then the third one. See, now they expected the low kick to come back in. They expected you to do the low kick. But instead of throwing the low kick, do a high kick, and therefore the feint was effective. And third, and most importantly, you gotta know your opponent. Some opponents are like tanks. They're gonna keep coming. They're gonna absorb the kick, and keep coming, breaching the gap until they're, let's say, in punching range, because they're really good with their hands. They're gonna keep absorbing the kicks and coming in, so feint's not gonna work on them. Feints are useless against those kind of opponents. So you gotta know your opponent. Test them. See if they flinch. Fighting them. See if they're flinched. If they're flinching, that means that's good. That means they're reacting to every single movement of yours. And that's the kind of opponent that's gonna fall for feints quite easily. So that's the kind of opponent that you use the feints against. So just to recap, number one, don't make the feint too fast. You gotta make sure that they see it. Number two, make sure that they expect it. Number three, make sure that they are susceptible to it. So those are the basic rules of feint kicking. So let's get right into it.